While love is an ancient concept, romantic love is not. The idea of romance entered Western culture in the period of the Crusades, after European nobility encountered Islamic love poems about the unseen women of the harems. These women were envisioned as mysterious and enticing beauties. For nobles whose marriages were all parentally arranged business transactions, this was pretty exciting stuff. And medieval troubadours began to do good business, offering love songs and poetry as they traveled through the castles of Europe. The King Arthur legend and Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet are two of the first romantic love stories ever written. This new concept of romance portrayed love as a pure and idealized passion, creating a bond of singular devotion between two people, allowing them to overcome whatever problem they faced, and remaining true despite distance or time or pain. The woman was virtuous and beautiful and inspired her man to feats that proved his own strength and courage and honor. People like this didn't really exist, but that's probably why the stories were popular. In the Middle Ages, only the wealthy had the time to participate in this kind of fantasy. If you were a peasant and struggling to survive, you weren't worried about finding your soulmate. But as modern societies evolved and capitalism spread wealth to more people, and a middle class grew with a growing amount of leisure time, then the concept of romantic love began to infiltrate through the rest of the population. Essentially, it takes money to be able to engage in fantasy. And there is enough wealth in Western culture today that romantic love is a universal form of fantasizing. Today, the romantic fairy tale is a veneer that Americans place over their understanding of personal love. Romantic love is expected to be the reason that Americans get married and start a family, reinforced by countless Disney movies, love songs, and Nicholas Sparks novels. The modern romantic fantasy in America has a number of elements: that love can happen at first sight, that people fall in love, that soulmates exist, that love lasts forever, that you can't love two people at the same time, and that love will make you happy. None of these ideas are actually true, of course. You may find somebody attractive at first sight, but you can't actually love a person the first time you see them, unless you have a very superficial definition of love. Love is something you develop and build with a person. You don't fall into it. Soulmates don't exist. You are not a puzzle missing a piece. Love often does not last forever. You can love two people at the same time. And love cannot make you happy. Sometimes it will make you very unhappy. And unless you are happy with yourself, no one else can ever make you happy. The trouble with fantasies is that they eventually prove to be illusions in the light of reality. Americans get married for romantic reasons that fade under the stress of marital life. That idealized romantic partner uses the toilet, leaves their clothes on the floor, has bedhead in the morning, doesn't help around the house, gets upset over little things, has moods, and is increasingly less interested in sex. After several years, the magic dissipates and you are left with what marriage actually is: an unglamorous personal commitment that takes work, patience, and dedication. It is little wonder that Americans have one of the highest divorce rates in the world. Before we get married, we tend not to pay attention to the personal qualities in a partner that are likely to make a marriage successful. We pay a lot of attention to things that won't matter in marriage, and our fantasies leave us with a mistaken understanding of love. But there is no question that falling in love with your soulmate the first time you see him or her, sure that you will be happy for the rest of your life and never love anyone else, can certainly be exciting while it lasts.